Hi there, Old Len here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an old guy now. Can you believe 80 plus? Where did all those years go? I used to love hiking and sailing when I was much younger. Not so much now. Well, not at all. Only in my dreams. The old body just doesn't work the same anymore. I don't know what it's like to be pain-free. The pain isn't that bad most of the time. No, it's more annoying. However, although I'm unable to do a lot of things that I used to, I enjoy doodling. Something I recommend for anyone who is getting old, or perhaps as old as me, or physically unable to do a lot of things. You don't have to be an artist like me. All you really need is just a pencil. Chuck that eraser away. Then start imagining anything, a pet, a loved one, or just anything like a bird, a boat, etc. And let the magic flow. One of my viewers saw a bird in my black and white doodle that I posted a couple of days ago. So today, I thought I'd doodle some birds and show you some of my paintings that have various types of birds in them. To me, birds are marvelous creatures and never stop amazing me as they soar, dip, and then disappear amongst the clouds or over a distant hill. I don't know about any of you who are watching this video, but I have very fond memories of birds, especially birds that I've actually been associated with during my lifetime. One of the first birds was Perky, a gorgeous green budgie that used to hang out with me in my bedroom when I was just a lad. He could talk his fool head off. It would fly all around the room, sometimes landing on my head or outstretched hand. I also had a small flock of pigeons, which I used to let out of their coop, and they would fly around the house. Round and round they'd go. They'd just fly and fly. But none of them were as tame as Perky. Much later on in my life, I was pleasantly surprised one evening while my girlfriend at the time and I were working on my sailboat. An unexpected crow flew out of nowhere and landed on her shoulder. It wasn't in any hurry to leave either. It kept flying off and then coming back. And then there was this time. Man, talk about super quick reflexes. A friend of mine and I were walking along a street in Calgary years ago when a sparrow came flying straight at us. I couldn't believe it when he plucked it right out of the air, and when he opened his hand, the little bird flew away unharmed. I saw a lot of eagles too, but never so many as when we were moored in Newell, Alaska, while a couple of friends and I were sailing the Northwest Passage, and when I returned home, I painted one of them from a photo I took. However, as I later found out to my dismay, all birds are not harmless or friendly. We used to have 100 chickens running around, but after cancer struck and I was no longer able to look after our little farm, we only have 6 good-laying hens now. However, during that time when we did have a lot of chickens, we once had quite a few roosters too, and I guess one of them took a dislike to me for some reason or another, and it attacked me. Dang thing drove one of its sharp spurs right through my leather boot and into my foot. I didn't think much of it until a little later on. My foot started hurting like hell. It began to swell. When I took my boot off, I discovered a red line running up a vein in my leg, and when it began getting unbelievably painful, my wife drove me to the hospital. After a shot of antibiotics to cure the spreading infection, that rooster and I had a parting of the ways. But I'll leave that part up to your imagination. At my age, and you too, might find doodling somewhat therapeutic. Kinda keeps the juices flowing, hands busy, and the mind off the inevitable. After all, especially in my case, there is a lot more past and future ahead of me. Also, some of my imaginative doodles over the years have become paintings, and I like that. One of my favorite birds is a seagull, because whenever I see one, it takes me back to the sea. And when I lived on my sailboat, Dreamer 2, one of the best times of my life. Cheers, eh?